I became the first self-made millionaire in my family, and I broke generational curses. I did what some would call the impossible. At least that's what my mom thought. Growing up, I had a single mom. We were completely poor. My dad left at an early age, and she had to raise me and my little brother by herself on $30,000 a year. So I was never supposed to be here in the first place. I was meant to be another statistic. But fast forward 7 years later, I've made millions of dollars online. I own multiple seven-figure businesses, and I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I wanted to make this video to kind of share what all of this means to me, what it means to be the first self-made millionaire in my family, what I've been able to do for them, and how you can also achieve this.
I remember when nobody believed in me. I made a million, change of the scenery. I still remember when women were mean to me. These days I walk in the club with security. These days I'm feeling a change in the energy. These days you know that I gotta move different.
Can you share the humble beginnings and the dream of earning money for your family?
So growing up, we never really had a lot. And I remember thinking that $100 was a lot of money, because on birthdays, we would go eat somewhere and we'd spend $100 on dinner. And I always thought, wow, this is so much money. How are we gonna be able to afford this? Is my mom gonna be okay? Are we gonna be able to pay the bills? I think for me, a big part of my dream of making money for my family came from that, because I saw how happy everyone was when we were together. Even though we might have been financially poor, I never really felt poor because we all had each other. But that's what really motivated me to start making a lot of money, to feed my family, take care of my family. When you're broke, you don't really have anything to go back to. The reason that I think being broke is an advantage, and I say this all the time all over social media, is because when you're broke, you don't want to be broke. You want to get out really, really fucking bad. So I think for me, because I had no money, I needed to get out. I wanted to get out. Anyone that's broke, don't look at it as a disadvantage. Look at it as something that you can use to power through. Use it as your motivation, as your fuel.
What kind of hurdles did you face from yourself or others in your family?
I think one of the hardest parts of this journey has been almost dealing with that criticism from everyone. Because anytime you try to do something different, you try to break out of the mold, society is meant to kind of keep you in check. They don't want you to really get out. So when I told everyone my dream was to make millions of dollars, to become financially free, to become rich, everyone looked down on that because they didn't think it was a possibility. They were thinking a little too small. So when I said this, it just scared a lot of people. They thought I was being crazy. They judged me. They hated me for it. And some of the worst criticism came from my own mom. And it was probably one of the lowest moments in my life, because when you have a single mom, a lot of the inspiration you have, a lot of the love you have, it comes from that one source. That was my only source of love as a child. So for her to criticize me, to judge me, to say really hurtful things, it brought me to a really, really low and dark place. Anytime you want to succeed, anytime you want to grow, you almost have to grow out of the darkness. The journey for anyone starting, it's almost like the same thing. You're going to deal with a lot of criticism. Something they don't tell you is a lot of the criticism actually comes from the people closest to you. And that's why it hurts the most. When it was people that I knew, my best friends or my mom, saying that this was something that I couldn't do. I was crazy for trying. They were judging me. They were calling me names. It really gets to you. And again, they do it because they want to protect you. They do it from a place of love.
Did you have to try a lot of different things when you started?
So obviously when you're getting started, you don't really have direction. You don't really know which direction to go. So I just tried everything. I tried real estate. I tried stock trading. I tried Amazon. I tried e-commerce. I did everything I could because I didn't necessarily know what was going to allow me to make money. I just wanted to make money. And then eventually on my journey, I discovered social media marketing, and that's kind of what worked out for me. The reason all this other stuff failed is because it wasn't something that I was genuinely interested in. I think when it comes to making money, getting rich, you have to find something that you're interested in enough to keep going. It's harder for you to quit because it's something that you like to do. So for me, social media marketing, because I loved being on social media, because I loved connecting with people, it almost gave me like less loneliness in my life at the time of struggle. It allowed me to stick with it. A lot of the times, whenever someone chooses a side hustle or a business, they're choosing something they're not interested in. So because social media marketing was something I was interested in, it allowed it to stick. And because it stuck, I stuck with it long enough until I started getting results. My biggest advice to anybody that's starting is just try as many things as possible. See what you're interested in. And don't give up right away just because you're bad at it. As long as you're having fun on the journey, as long as it's something that you're remotely interested in, stick with it.
What are some big breakthroughs you had along your journey?
Some big moments that really just changed everything was honestly getting a sales position, getting a job in car sales really changed the game for me because it allowed me to study human beings, learn how people work. Once you understand people, once you understand what's going to make someone buy, once you understand the way people tick, marketing becomes easier here, because all sales is just marketing in person, one-on-one. So once you learn sales, marketing was easy for me. I learned marketing right after. And once I learned marketing, it allowed me to then build a business around it using social media, because social media was just the tool that you use to market to people. And once I got good at that, once I got the hang of it, it allowed me to advertise on social media, get really good at it, understand how it works from a fundamental and deeper level. So that was kind of one of the biggest moments. Another really big moment was actually starting my agency and getting my very first client. I think a lot of people quit again because they don't see any success, they don't see any results, and they never get a client. I tell everyone, if they're struggling with business, all it takes is one sale, one client, one business to pay you to really let you know what is possible. Because oftentimes when we look at a business model, if we're not getting any results, we just think that it's impossible and it's super, super hard to do. But the second we get paid to do something, it could be as little as one sale for $10. You realize what's possible and it opens your mind to possibilities. So anyone that's going through it, doing a side hustle right now or trying to build a business, don't quit, don't give up until you get a result.
What are some moments where making money improved your family's life?
At this point, I've been rich for a while, so it's hard to pick one specific situation where I've improved my family's life, because I feel like I've done a lot. But a couple that stand out, a couple that come to mind is one, bringing them to Brazil for an all expenses paid vacation. They got to see things that they normally would never be able to see. And it's crazy to me because let's say I had stayed poor, they never would have been able to go out and enjoy any of the stuff. They never would have seen another country like that. That one really stood out to me because I got to give them an experience that otherwise they never would have seen. And I feel the same way about them coming to Miami to come stay at my penthouse. A penthouse like this, it's not cheap. It's $21,000 a month. It's not something that the average person can afford. So for them to be able to come here to Miami and stay here, soak it all in, see the view of the ocean, live really a 1% life is something that feels really good. I'll never forget the face of my mom when she actually went to this penthouse and saw it for the very first time. She was blown away because she's never seen anything like that before. A couple other things that stand out. Again, I don't want to spend all day doing this because I feel like I've done a lot for them. But one is renovating my mom's house, giving her some rental income, giving her a rental property. I remember when the pandemic happened and everyone lost their jobs, I was the one that had to provide for everyone because they weren't working. They still had bills. So I covered my entire family's bills during that transitionary period, which was something that felt really, really good. It made them feel protected. It let them know that I'm taking care of them now. And no matter what, they're always going to be good. And being able to provide that for your family is something that is undescribable.
Do you think money made you a better person?
I think I've said this in other videos, but I think money is just an amplifier. If you're a bad person and you make money, you become an evil person. If you're a good person and you make money, you become someone that helps the world. You become a philanthropist. So I think making a lot of money has allowed me to do that, because not only did it allow me to better the lives of everyone around me, almost carry the ship, steer the ship for my wife, my mom, my little brother, but it also allowed me to affect the world around me. It allowed me to donate a big portion of my earnings to any sort of charitable cause that I see fit. It allowed me to employ 12 people that have families to feed and mouths to feed. When you make money, you almost move with a certain level of confidence because you know that you are carrying dozens of other people. When I was completely broke, I didn't care about anyone except for me. In fact, I was almost like a burden on my mom because she had to worry about me, and that worry eats you up. Once I made $1 million, I affected a lot more than just myself. I was affecting the lives of dozens of people because every decision I make involves hundreds of thousands of dollars moving. I try to give away as much money as I can, obviously responsibly, but it is one of the best feelings in the world.
How do you plan on making sure that you never lose it?
So I actually covered this in another video where I talk about financial literacy. As far as securing my family's future, making sure that we stay financially secure, I went and I started making better decisions with my money. So if I have $200,000 coming in, about half of that is going directly to savings or investments to make sure that everyone around me is good before I even look at other expenses or things that I want to buy. Because of the fact that everyone depends on me now, it almost motivates me to go even harder because now it's more than just me. If I fall, everyone else falls. So I know that I can't stop. I won't stop. I got to keep going. I got to keep striving for more. I got to keep building my businesses. I got to do as much as I can because my family depends on me. And I got to make sure that not only my future is secure, but their future is secure as well.
Why do you think other people should strive to become the first self-made millionaire in their family?
My advice on anyone that wants to become the first self-made millionaire in their family, I would tell you this much. I don't know your situation. I don't know where you're from. I don't know who you might be, but I can tell you that it's the best feeling in the world when you make money and take care of other people. A lot of times we want to make money for selfish reasons, right? Lambo, designer clothes, but that doesn't really give you satisfaction. The satisfaction comes from being able to make sure that your mom mom is good, your wife is good, everyone in your immediate family is good, because they almost look at you like their savior, like their hero. And that's not even why you do it. You just do it because you want to see the happiness on their face. If I had given up years ago, my family would have never been able to experience the life that they have because of me. But because I kept going, it impacted their lives as well. You're not just doing it for yourself. You're not just working hard, building a business for yourself. You're doing it for everyone around you, your family, and the generations after you. You're building generational wealth and you're breaking generational curses. So that's how I became the first self-made millionaire in my family. It's been a tough journey, but we made it, we did it, and I really hope I inspired you to do the same. If you want to learn more about what I do, social media marketing, and you're thinking maybe you can do it as a business as well, I do have a free class. Make sure you click the link in the description. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, etc., etc. Love you guys. Peace.